Rated T for teen.
Greetings, champions! Welcome to Year 7 and the Wild Hoard update. This year, our goal is to honor Paladins' long and diverse history, while evolving what players can expect from the realm going forward. From the return of trials, to large-scale item store changes, and a whole lot of dragons, let's hop right into it.
Hi all, it's Chamomile, your UI UX designer, here at Evil Mojo. Trials is back, after a year on hiatus, now reworked and improved. We appreciate players' patience as the team dug in and pushed to truly redefine what a modern version of Trials could look like. From the moment players enter the Trials menu, you'll be met with familiar sights with major changes. Quests are now included within the Trials menu, allowing you to track all activities from one convenient location. Swapping over to the Trial-specific tab, you'll see we have remodeled the map and menu to be easier to navigate. There are 8 hubs, 7 of which contain 9 challenges. These challenges have been re-envisioned to make them more freeform and fun to complete, allowing players more room to express themselves. In addition, the ticketing system has been completely removed. Now, whenever a trial hub opens, all of its challenges are available to be progressed and completed at once. No need to specifically unlock, you'll begin earning progress right away. The remaining hub is a completionist hub, which rewards unique cosmetics for those who manage to complete previous challenges and hubs. This means grinding out every new set of trials can lead to more crystals, more rewards, and bragging rights. In addition, trials have become easier to track at the end of the match, with the list merged with quests to have a single clear view of everything you can do in the realm. We're so excited for players to get their hands on this.
We've also made some significant changes to the Event Pass starting in Wild Hoard. Passes will now have 36 levels and rewards per pass for the same 400 crystal price. Progression through an Event Pass is also adjusted to have an XP curve more befitting of the earlier and later rewards. Our goal with these changes is to allow for a similar amount of effort while rewarding players more. This also leads us to a shift in how we distribute rewards in the Event Pass, introducing eventful chests. Instead of having cosmetics in a specific order, we're introducing special chests of each cosmetic type. These chests will contain the same cosmetics we always award in each new Event Pass, but now, which you unlock when, is up to the roles. The Eventful Skins chest will contain 4 new skins, 2 versions with 2 color schemes as you become accustomed to. Cosmetics of different types, such as avatars, sprays, and death cards, will also have their own chests. To be clear, these chests only contain the rewards for the current Event Pass, and players will unlock exactly the number of chests as there are new cosmetic rewards in the pass. This change makes the way you earn new content in Paladins more consistent via chests, and also allows more flexibility in how our Event Passes reward players. We've also made Event Pass rewards more generous, including 50 more crystals and 60,000 more gold each pass.
Speaking of cosmetics, here's a sneak peek at the upcoming skins. Adventuring across the realm, Grovos Grover is a dragren whose parents encourage him to meet new people and explore his place in the world. Scavenged axe in hand, he is determined to make a difference in fights he's only begun to discover along his journey. Chaos Grovos, meanwhile, is a version of Grovos that follows down a darker path, in pursuit of riches that define a dragon's power. Speaking of power, Flameborn Jace is an adventurer much more experienced in traversing the realm, offering his help to the highest bidder. His skills can seem wasted on such work, but he still has a kind heart, meaning he will often help out those who cannot afford. Frostborn Jace is a version much more chilled out and comfortable in a realm that now has many descendants of dragons roaming its surface. Perhaps these two could get along after all.
Now, on to another major feature update. We've spent most of 2023 away from the item store, listening to player feedback and experimenting with how to both bring back beloved aspects of the older item store while making this next era fresh and enjoyable for all players. That journey led us to where we are now, as we're making the largest item shop change since Tigron's Tale, by adding 4 additional item options to the store. That's right, each type of item now has been expanded to 5, alongside a new store look to better display those items. These new items also come with some massive shakeups of the existing lineup, so let's go type by type. For the defense type, Haven has been split into 2, introducing armor plating and arcane warding, 2 defense items with familiar effects in new ways. Armor plating will protect you against a champion's in-hand weapon, while arcane warding reduces damage taken from abilities. This harkens back to the Blast Shields era, while making the counters clearer and effects cleaner. These both scale slightly higher than Haven to feel even more impactful. Meanwhile, Resilience has been quite a strong buy regardless of composition due to the prevalence of crowd control effects. We still want these frustrating effects to be counterable, but felt a similar dynamic would make CC feel more engaging, so we're splitting it into 2 new items, Sentinel and Unbound. Sentinel will provide players with a small shield on elimination while also protecting players from slows and knock effects. Unbound, meanwhile, counters all the other crowd control effects for those champions that really irk you. Guardian has also received a significant buff to closely fall behind Wrecker, allowing teams to counter-buy and weigh risks versus rewards. As changes are made to the balance around Stealth this update, Illuminate has now been retired after a long and infrequently purchased life. In utility, most items are having minor balance adjustments based on the larger item economy, with prices coming down for most. However, the new utility item plays with the economy in ways we've not allowed before. Hoard is an item that ramps up over time to challenge players to make smart choices as to if or when to purchase it. Providing 10 credits and scaling time intervals, as well as a 5 credit per elimination bonus, this means Hoard can be used to come back from credit deficits or snowball into strong middle games. However, it does take up one of your 4 precious item slots, so be careful not to overinvest and end up weaker in the late game. Healing as an item type has had a very volatile history, and we aim to address that by both adopting community feedback as well as giving some much needed love to our weaker items. Life Rip and Veteran have both been given small price increases, but significant buffs to their effects, as Life Rip is now doubling in strength and Veteran is increasing to 7%. Meanwhile, Kill to Heal has been the strongest purchase for many in the type for a while, and we wanted to recraft it into something that made more sense for that. Bloodbath is the new item replacing Kill to Heal, where kills still heal you for the same amount, but eliminations heal you and the ally who got the killing blow. This version is much more expensive at 325 credits, so players will have to truly capitalize on its value. It also does not true heal, you're welcome. This new healing item is a twist on a classic. Meditation joins as the cheapest option of the type with a focus on healing out of combat. Old veterans may remember, but this new version now heals smaller percentages of max health every 0.25 seconds, emphasizing optimizing when you escape and how long you can stay out of the fray. Not to be left out, Rejuvenate is receiving another price increase to balance it out with these new additions. Finally, the offense type sees some price reductions of Deft Hands and Wrecker, as well as a brand new version of an aggressive pass option, Trigger Scent. This item enables players to go on kill streaks, providing a damage buff for 5 seconds after elimination. We know this type of item hasn't made a ton of headway in the past, but with the split of Haven and some meta changes, this item feels like one that many can find value in. To accommodate all of this, we are raising the starting credit amount in Siege and similar queues to 500 credits to allow for more flexibility in early purchases. We're so excited to let players experiment and provide feedback on all of these changes. We hope you all enjoy this next iteration of items.
Some may have noticed us making changes to the loadout screens over the past few updates, and now you get to know one of the reasons why. Paladins is all about its customization, and for a long while we had heard players wanted to bring more builds into games, so we're expanding the amount of slots from 6 to 9. We hope this allows you to bring more loadouts into new modes and have more options on hand for certain compositions.
Welcome to Champion Balance. I'm Evil Mojo Strixus, and I'm here to walk you through the changes we have in store for 7.1. This year, our goal is to put out more frequent balance passes. Our first patch of the year focuses on several flank champions, as well as some outliers in other classes. The full list of changes will be online, but let's highlight a few of them now. Let's start with Caspian. Our beloved rogue has indeed been shredding till nothing was left, so we are reining him in by reducing his damage and control capabilities. We are doing a partial revert of Caspian's love changes from 6.6, requiring his gun to use 2 ammo again. His rogue's tempo ability is replacing its stun with a slow, and having its damage reduced. Caspian's ultimate, Storm of Blades, is also seeing a slight damage and duration reduction. Finally, Measured Cadence requires 4 ammo expended to activate again, and It's Got Some Heft will no longer increase War's range. All of these come together with the goal of Caspian having fewer opportunities to be a rose's thorn in everyone's sides. 7, on the other hand, has not been the executioner everyone fears recently, so we are here to remedy that. To start, we're making several changes to his heavy SMG. Burst mode damage is increased to 150 per bullet. Automatic mode damage is increased to 235 per bullet, but is getting its effective range reduced to 70, and it will have heavier damage fall off past that range. Mag dump mode is getting a slight range increase to make it more viable at point blank range. 7's spring loaded talent is getting its cooldown reduction on explosive dodge removed entirely, and we're rebuffing his The Knight card back to 0.4 scaling to compensate. We are also removing the damage penalty, charge penalty, and cooldown adjustment from 7's overcharge talent to allow some of his older playstyles to flourish again. We are hoping these changes will allow 7 to enter matches as a cerebral terror once more. Our Princess Leon has not commanded presence for a while now, and we wanted to grace her with some changes that would bring her in line with a more modern Paladins. Her base health is being increased to 2150, and her heirloom rifle is gaining both damage and effective range. We've heard concerns around backline damage champions lacking luster, and this should help Leon act as one more successfully in the right compositions. We'll continue to monitor our damage class throughout 2024 and see how we can bring some spice back to this role. A character who is situationally strong but lacking in consistency is Terminus. We wanted to give him more opportunities to be active in combat and reward him for using different parts of his kit more often. Calamity Blast will now increase Power Siphon's recharge rate by 25% for 4 seconds. This effect can stack up to 5 times, potentially giving Terminus a significant uptime increase on his main defensive tool. Finally, Ying took charge with True Healing on her ultimate and shattered the realm. We heard player feedback on this and have removed this effect from Illusory Rift, but we still wanted to give it some punch. Instead, Illusory Rift will now cleanse allies and give 1 second of crowd control immunity on activation. This means that it does remove anti-healing effects from allies on cast, but you can still reapply anti-healing to players healed by Illusory Rift and have it take effect. We know supports remain a concern for our dedicated players, and we will be taking further looks in subsequent updates.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more info as the Wild Hoard update approaches. PTS will be live sometime next week, and we'll have more info to share about future updates, including the next rank season and more coming in 7.2. See you all in the realm.